Okay, we're back. Toronto Wine Drinker, TorontoWineDrinker.com. I'm lucky enough to be at Between the Lines Winery in Niagara-on-the-Lake. I'm joined by the lovely Lisa Suarez. She is the media and communications person for Between the Lines. And here we are, basically, like I just like to say, in God's country, because I fought so much traffic to get here.
Well, it was worth it, wasn't it?
It was, and there was a Mercedes almost ran me off the road, and a truck was spraying gravel all over, and then I get here and it's just beautiful and quiet.
That's about right. Yeah, it takes off all that tension.
Yeah, it's just awesome. A little bit of a windy day, but a beautiful day nonetheless.
Right.
A little bit chilly, and I know you guys are getting ready for harvest, so how's it been around here?
Actually, we're right in almost the end of harvest.
Okay.
And so far so good. We're bringing all the fruit. The cold temperatures are now setting in, so we're looking towards bringing in some of the big reds. In fact, we brought in one of our flagship reds, the Lemberger, this week.
The Lemberger. Mm-hmm. Okay, is that anything like Limburger cheese? Or
well,
is that
people
just...
kind of correlate the two. It's easy to say, but Greg's going to give you a lot of information about that, and we're going to taste that as well today.
Awesome. Okay. Now, he said before we were on camera, I spoke briefly with Greg, and so harvest is already almost over, but he said the harvester truck or something is coming today. What's all that about?
The harvest truck, it's we actually do machine harvesting here Between the Lines, but we also do hand picking as well for different types of lots, like our reserve lots as well.
Right.
So when they come in, they bring lots of machinery, lots of totes, and...
you can brush the hair out of your face. It's okay. It's
and lots of totes and lots of harvesting equipment. So it's a big operation, and it's really impressive to see if you've never seen it before, because it's amazing how efficient they are.
Nice. Okay, now tell me a little bit about Between the Lines before we get blown away and freeze to death, and before we run inside. Give us a quick, here we are, we've got the vineyard behind us.
Yes, this is our 43-acre vineyard.
Wow.
The family bought this vineyard. They're from Southwest Germany. They came in 1998 and bought this already under vine, 43 acres, which is great. That means we have actually some age to our grapes. And the brothers grew up here. Greg is the oldest, and Yannick is the youngest.
Okay.
And they decided even after farming most of their life with their parents, that they wanted to go into the wine business. So they completed their education about 3 years ago, actually about 4 years ago, and then they jumped right in. And we're one of the smallest wineries in the area, just under 5,000 cases, but we're going strong, word of mouth only, winery sales only, and we're launching an online store.
Ah, good for you.
Yeah.
So you told us about their life story a little bit. What's your life story? How'd you end up here?
Actually, I was doing a lot of what you were doing. I was a television news producer for almost 16 years. I finished in the national newsroom in Toronto with one of the networks there, and I decided it was time for me to go into something that I love, and that was wine and food. And so I went back to school, started at Niagara College for wine business management there, and that's where I met Greg, who's a teacher there.
Okay.
And so I've been working with Greg and Yannick and in their prep as part of the winery, and now I'm working towards being a winemaker. And that's my goal. I do communications for them right now, but the goal is to be a winemaker, and that's my concentration here as well. And I help Yannick in the cellar.
Excellent. So you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say like the Bay Street construction, and then I want to come out here and just enjoy the...
Exactly. I know exactly, because I used to commute an hour and a half one way to the network. And
where did you live?
I lived in Ancaster, right outside of Hamilton.
Oh
and then
that's a long drive.
North Toronto. So
yeah.
It was brutal, and this, commuting that for something like that, plus the amount of stress I had during while I was working there, and then commuting back home was a lot for me. So this lifestyle is amazing. I would recommend a career change into wine for anybody.
Now, just really quickly while we're on that subject, a lot of transplants here? Do you get a lot of Toronto people here that they're running away or something?
Like any wine country, you get a lot of people that looking for a change in their careers, or a different lifestyle, that type of thing. I always use that when I'm giving tours here to talk to people about how difficult the wine industry is here. One thing about Greg and Yannick, they're not really romantic about wine in terms of, they want a big chalet or something like that.
I can tell because they look like cavemen today, but anyway.
Well,
we'll
that's
see them
just their normal selves. But so a lot of people who come to wine country thinking that they're going to have a wonderful career in wine tend to forget there's a lot of work involved with it.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of money, and if you don't have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge on how to do it, you tend to fail into it. And so there's been a lot of new startups that have kind of just, have gone away. One thing I noticed, and the big difference for me, and I've seen a lot of large wineries and a lot of different types of wineries. One thing I see with them, they have a really strong plan, and how to grow and what their future is going to be, which is really smart. A smart way to do a winery.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for catching us up on all things between the lines.
Sure.
Who are we going to meet next? What's going on?
You're going to meet Greg,
Okay.
the older brother, who is in charge of the business end, but he also is our chief viticulturist. His passion is the vines.
Is this stuff?
Yeah, it's the vine and
Okay.
the vineyard, and it's really important to him. That's his focus, but he also does the business end. So, yeah, let's go meet him.
Let's go talk to Greg.
Okay.
Okay.